Okay guys, so this is a follow-up video to the earlier one, which was introducing Microsoft Office. So this is Microsoft Word, and this is something that you can do out of it. I'm just gonna take you through a couple of steps which will assist you in ensuring that you get a better outlook than what we have just here. In order for us to start, we're just gonna look at these few descriptive items which I would like for us to go through. So if you look at this area here, this is called the quick access toolbars, and you can really customize this by clicking on here, and you can choose to add or remove certain things. That's up to you. And also you can choose whether you want this to go to the bottom of the ribbon or you want it above the ribbon. Okay, so you've got something that's called the title bar. So title bar is basically the name of the file. So when you don't give it file, Microsoft Office allocates a name to it, starting with document 1 going forth, depending on how many you do have that's not named. And then if you go on here, here you've got minimize, you've got restore or maximize, and then you also have the close button. And if you head over here, this is where you can either hide or display the ribbon as you choose. So you can auto hide or something like that. And then the ribbon, of course, which is this area here, if you choose auto hide, it will just hide, and then you'll have to go up there for you to see it. But for now, let's just show the ribbon. And you've got the close button, we've been through that. And you also have got the document window, which is this space here where we are working. You've got what is called a cursor, which is this thing that would flash here wherever you click, and then it flashes on there. That's the cursor. As you're typing, that's where the work will happen. And you've got the ruler, which is up here. You've got this ruler, this horizontal ruler, and then you also have got this vertical ruler. And in some instances it happened that this may vanish, then you just go to view and you either tick or you untick. So now it vanishes when you click tick, and then it's back on. And then more than that, these are the two rulers we're referring to here. And then you've got the scroll bar, which is this area here. This is the bar that scrolls up and down. If you click and hold, you should be able to scroll down. And then down here, if you have a wider document, then you're able to scroll also this side. And then you have got the status bar. The status bar is basically this one here that gives you information about your document. It tells us that we've got 29 words. This is more useful when you're going for assignments that would tell you that you need to have a specific number of words, so you don't really need to count 1, 2, 3. That would take some time, so it's already here. Then you've got the zoom in and or out slider, which is over this region here. You can use that to slide it to the rightward or to the leftward to zoom in and out. But more than that, also you can use your control button together with your mouse, where you just scroll down and scroll up. It does this. Or you can use your mouse pad on your laptop, that you can, as if you were using both index fingers, as if you were zooming a photograph on your iPhone or whatever phone that you may use. Okay, so now that we have got these ones clear, now we're gonna go into details. So under the home, these are the set of menus that you find under home. So you've got a copy, you've got a paste, and a cut. So basically copying works as follows. You copy, you can highlight this by clicking and holding while you're moving towards the end, and then when you right click, you can copy, and then you can go to a point whereby you can right click and you can paste. Right click and paste, so it would give you the same information that was copied up there. Let me just delete these strings as they are in their way. Okay, so these ones here, that's where you can be able to copy, paste and cut. And then as you come in here, you've got the styles of writing. So if you're going to type anything at all, and then it show, if you highlight it, that's clicking and dragging over, or you can double click, it will highlight this. And then if you look there, it tells you exactly how is this word formatted. It tells us that it's Century Gothic, and its font size is 11, and there's no bold on it. And if we can click on bold, you'll see that now the bold is a bit shaded. If we increase this, so we change the font style to another font style, and you can also sort of like increase the size of this, or you can decrease. As you can see, as we are decreasing, it also moves on there. So yes, you can also use this to increase and decrease. And then you also have got this one, which it gives some sort of effect to the wording that you would have out there. So you can really choose whatever you think is working at the time for you. And here you've got the color, so you can also select what colors you would like for this, and really up to you. So more than that, you have got these here, which are bullets, numbers. So bullets works like this. If you choose one of these, you can now type in a particular bullet. This is this big because we've chosen really big numbers and Algerian. Normally they would go for Times New Roman, but anyway, anything works. Okay, and then you've got numbering. So basically, after having typed something on here, when you go enter, it gives you the second bullet and so forth. But then let's go clearing again this so that it can go back to normal. And we're gonna use maybe Times New Roman for this, and then we're gonna remove the bold. So you can see now that we pretty much back to basis. So these bullets, these here are called bullets. If you point on there, it tells you that these are bullets, and there's a few of them here to choose from. And then the other one is called numbering. So if you choose numbering, you just click on numbering, and then there it is. You can, as you go enter, and then if you have got a sub number, if you go tab, it will give you the sub. So you and you go back enter again, then it takes you back. So you type, and then you've got the one falling under A, under B, enter. Now you don't want C, but you want 4, you can just enter again, and then you continue typing. That's what we have there. And then you have got this shading that would normally be used to shade like an area, unlike this one here that is used to shade, to color only the word. But this one here is used to shade an area, depending on what you highlight. It would work most best if you're dealing with shapes and also text box. So if you're moving this side, okay, this is called like an indent, like an alignment, sorry. So it tells you whether it aligns to the left, to center, justified, or to the right. So basically what it means, let's have an example of that one. If you type something here, and you'll see that this is aligned to the left, but if you click on the one to the right, it will take it right to the right side. The center will take it to the center. Justified is more for paragraphs, whereby it would make them look nice and boxy. We'll be doing a video on that much later. And then here you've got formats that are already preloaded for us, so we can be able to choose. This also includes, if you can look at this, it's also already a style that comes with coloring and these lines, but also importantly you have got these ones which are headings. So you've got headings 1, you've got headings 2. So these ones are necessary when especially when you're going to have a table of content in the later stage, so it does not really require for you to go from page to page, so you can just insert table of content. Let me quickly make an example of this one so you can see that we are going to give this, we're going to behave like all these ones are headings. This one we will say it's a heading also, and then this one we will give it a heading 2 to say that it is a sub of that one, and this one is headings 3. So if you're going to now at the beginning of this page and you want to add a table of content, you can do that to top of the page, and you can go to references and you go to table of content, and then you can choose whichever one for this, and then you can see here that it tells you that this is the table of content and this is like your headings 1 and your headings 2, and it also gives you the page number. So whenever these changes down here, like if we're going to go for enter until it goes to another page, so all you do here you say update this, and then you update the entire table, and then it will tell you that now these are belonging to page 2. So it's quite great when you're writing something like a book or something. Let's go back to the home, and yes, so these have been defined to you as what they are. And then now you will have these items where you can look for something. If it's a find button, you can find something that you have there, and then it will find it. If there's few of them, if you click next, it will find all the occurrences of such or such word, and you can also find them and replace, which means you tell this Microsoft Word to say, can you please find this for me and replace it with maybe www. You can either replace the first one it will find, or you replace all of them at once, and then you click yes, and then it tells you that now they've been replaced. So if you go finding what you were looking for earlier like that, it will tell you that that's Control F for thready, and it will tell you that there's no matches, which means that those SDF have been replaced, all of them. And then when you're going to insert here, what's most important is to insert a break, which means you're dividing 2 pages. You want a blank page, you want a cover page where you can select what you would like as your cover page. You can insert a table. It's very easy to insert a table, so you basically determine the number of columns that you want. So you can say how many columns you want and how many rows you want, and as you inserting it's already showing you down here. So we can click here, and then if we are not happy with what we have, we can always add another column, we can always add another row, and we can click here and write and delete a column if we're not happy with it, or we can delete a row if we're not happy with the row. Okay, so and inside you also have got this picture, so basically you can choose from anywhere in your desktop where you have got pictures. You can also get online. You've got these shapes, it's nice shapes. You can just draw them where you want them. It comes in colors, and you can change the colors as you please using these colors here. So you can also right click and format the shape, and you can really and give more details as to what do you prefer. So there's a lot of ways of customizing this. Even the line, you can change its color and whatever you want, really, it's possible. So going more, these smart art, they're almost similar to the shapes, but then you have got some which gives you like the processes, cycles, hierarchies, pyramid, and a couple of them, so you can just use them. This one for me, they also have got charts also. You've got pie charts, column charts, a lot of charts that you can use. And then also this is one of my favorite, which you call the screenshot, so which means you can take a screenshot of another open window, which in this case we are not looking for this one, so which means another open window we can take a screenshot of. But if you click here, it takes a screenshot of the whole screen. But what I like is this screen clipping, that you can really choose what you want. You can say you want this here, and only that will be copied over, as you can see here, unlike having to take the whole document on here when you're only interested in this. So going back to insert, this was the screen clipping that we did here. But then before you use screen clipping, you must make sure that the previous document or program that you opened is the one that you want to copy using this. So it will take only the previous document before this one. So if that was not the document, then you need to open the document first, open this one, and then use screen clipping to be able to get it. And then you have got what this one of interest again is called the header and footer. So header and footer is basically something that you would like for it to stay on top. As you can see the yellow there, it would stay on top of, under normal circumstances, on top of all your documents. So this could be like logos or signatures and stuff like that. Footer, same thing, except that it's at the bottom of the page. And here you can also insert page numbers on each and every page that will count automatically. We have got a text box, which is a box for text. So you click on it and there it is. So you can use this text box and you can move this to wherever you want it to be. And then we are still on insert this. Okay, nothing of interest yet. There's a very interesting something that would come from here, but basically is if you want to append a document here, like PDF or whatever, you can use this object and it will be able to take that document. So you can just select package, make sure you select package, and you can be able to take whatever document that you want and it will be able to append it on here. If you look here, and then there it is now. So which means now I can send this to somebody, and I can attach a lot of documents here, and if they click on this one, it's going to open the actual document. Instead of having lots of documents, you can summarize it, and should they be interested in having more details on that, then they can open the document themselves. Now we're going on to design. So under design, you can select a few themes which are preloaded already. That would make a document look nice. You have got these titles that you can choose, and if you want a watermark on your document, things like that, you can have a watermark loaded onto your document. And in terms of the layout, mostly you are using this to determine the size of your document, whether you need columns on your document, and also the page orientation, whether it should be like this, which is called portrait, or you would want it to be like landscape, a bit wider than higher. And then when you get to referencing, this is why we got the table of contents. And when you go to mailings, you get labels, mail merge. It's also an important addition to this. And then you also get to review. So review, the important part of the review is the spelling and grammar. So it basically checks your spelling and grammar. And also the language here, you can choose what language you are using so that for it to proof. And more than that, you have got this one here that's used for tracking of changes. So if you select tracking of changes, when a change happens, the next person will be able to see that. So you see that if I remove that, you have got this small red thing here. If I delete this and I type something else, it can tell that something had happened there. So it shows that I deleted this, putting it in the red, and it shows that I deleted this and I've added something else. So it shows with the, so as you accept the changes, it clears until there aren't any changes outstanding. And then when you have got head over to view, so here you choose in terms of the mode in which you want to view this. Do you want to view it as a document to read, or do you want to have it like for editing, web? And then you can also choose to have the navigation pane, which is this one here. It shows you headings. So if you have got headings like we did, it will give you those headings here. So if you click onto each heading, it takes you directly there. So it's also a very good way of navigating quickly on your document. And it also, you have got this roller that can, have your roller on here, or you can take them out depending on what you want to do. And then you have got this where it gives you one page, or you want to have like multiple pages, like 2 pages, or you can have 1 page at a time. And then something that we would look at, then yeah, that's about it in terms of the menus. Now we're going to be taking it back to the document, so I'm going to use a shortcut which is Alt and Tab. It just goes to the previous document. That's all. Alt and Tab, and then here it's the document that we were looking at. So basically, I'm just gonna format this. So I'm using this format painter to color, to change this to be in the same format as the one down here. So this here, I used this preloaded formatting, so I just used that and then increased the size a little bit. Control Shift and the greater than sign will allow you to increase or decrease the font, which you can also use this, or you can use this. It's up to you. And then here is normal typing, and then here are the bullets which I just showed you guys. And this particular one you can also use with the greater than sign like this, and then you just go space and it would turn out to be a bullet. And here is the table that we used, and then you just inserted the table and then you highlighted this. And then there's something that is called the subscript and the superscript. So basically, if you can look over here, you see it's got, this is the subscript, and then you look over here, this is the superscript. So if you type 1 and ST, already the computer knows that you want to do this. But if you type 10 and YR like I did up there, the computer does not really understand this to be like a superscript, so you need to highlight and tell it that this is a superscript, then it will give you that. Then in another instance where you want a subscript, you just click on there and you type the number, then already you can see that it's 92 and this one is first, second and third. Normally the computer would know exactly what you're talking about and it will highlight that for you. So basically this is okay. So once you're done and you're very happy with your document, you can save it. You can go for file, save as normally for the first time, and then you can navigate as to where you want to save it. You can use browse when you can look around, and then you can save the document and you can call it whatever it will, you will be able to remember my document, but this will not be quite a good one, so let's make it my first document. So my first, so we save it. So if you need to later edit it, you can also continue to put in italics, which would change the way it looks. You see it's different from this one, and also you can choose to underline, and also there is this one that's strike through, which it looks like it's been cancelled. So you can close the document really, and it will ask you if you want to save it. Yes, you want to save it. And if you're on a new document, you can go file and then you can open the document that we saved and you navigate where you saved it. You go browse, and in this case it was in the desktop, and then you click here and you click open, and then there you have it. And also if you want to email it, you just go share and then you go email, and then you click this one that says as an attachment, and then it would open the email document just like that. Then you can how you can get to start with this document. But should you want really, I think I have given you enough tips for you to be able to write amazing documents. So even if it means you're writing a book or whatever, I think you get a good head start. Thank you, and please subscribe to my channel and like, and please share. Hope you enjoyed. I'll be seeing you.